Hey guys, how are we going today? I hope we're all having a lovely day. I am so excited for this year. Last year, actually the past 2 years have been really crappy, and the last year in particular, so the last 12 months, has been very difficult for everyone. I would say is a healthy statement to make. Within the last year, I have honestly really struggled, and I have found myself overdoing pretty much everything. In particular, my spending habits have just been uncontrollable. So for this year, I have decided that I am going to do another no-buy. I was thinking about it a lot towards the end of last year, especially in September and October. And at the end of October, I decided, I'm definitely going to do it. It's just what I need to do right now. So I have actually had a really crappy couple of months. I'll be posting another video, hopefully on Monday, explaining why. So I have filmed a video for a Makeup for Mental Health Monday, where I've explained basically everything that's gone on in the last year, and a few aspects of my no-buy have been discussed in that. So I had this plan to do a no-buy, and even at the end of last year, leading up to it, especially the last week and a half in December, I kind of went way overboard and I kind of had like a last hurrah moment. I had a bit of a binge. I think I placed about 6 or 7 online orders within a week, and it all started, I think, the 20th of December. So it's been on my mind, and I know I've done a bad thing in setting myself up that way. But I was sitting down last night, reviewing everything that I needed to. What originally inspired me to do my no-buy in 2019 was basically, I watched Hannah Louise Poston and her no-buy and yearly challenges, and they kind of really struck with me. So I have done a no-buy before in 2019, and I thought I had set myself some strict rules for that and guidelines for myself to follow, but I made it too easy on myself. I did say that, I was going to do it between 6 months to a year, and at the end of the 6 months, I decided that I was done, that I didn't think I needed the challenge anymore. And I think that was my biggest mistake, was that to start with, I gave myself an out, and the first chance I could get, I took it. So I didn't place any orders for anything or make any purchases for probably a week or two after the end of my no-buy. But I still don't think I had really given myself the opportunity to work through all of the issues with regard to my spending, and to work on the root cause for everything. It was basically just to say, I didn't buy anything for 6 months, but as soon as it finished, I didn't necessarily slip back into the old habits, but as soon as things got stressful, especially last year, I think I was in a position where I ended up even going above and beyond what I was doing before in terms of my spending habits. So last year, it was definitely really out of control. I had gone into the start of last year with a full inventory of all of my hair products, my skin products, my body products, and all of my makeup, with the intention to leave at the end of the year with less in each of those categories. with some of them, I was okay. I'm pretty sure with the hair care and body care. Hair care, I definitely know I used more products of than I bought. I'm pretty sure body products were about the same, if not, the same as hair care, or I might have just broken even. Skincare, I'm not quite sure. I think I broke even, or I might have just used more products. But makeup, I definitely know that I bought more makeup than I have used or gotten rid of. So throughout the year, I've been, using products, decluttering products, and, whether it's expired or just to get rid of it. But I think at the start of last year, I had about $2,000 worth of makeup, and at the end, as of 3 days ago, I definitely have more products. I have about $3,500. So I sat down last night, was watching Hannah Louise Poston's most recent videos on no-buy about, doing a no-buy year, and if you should do a no-buy year. I took a lot of notes, and, every time she was saying something that was relevant, I was writing it down, even exactly what she was writing, or my own thoughts and opinions about what she was talking about. Afterwards, I sat down and I wrote everything in my little, no-buy book from 2 years ago. I've ripped out all of the old pages because I don't want to leave anything open to interpretation. Honestly, my thinking points and my rules that I set up 2 years ago for my no-buy were very, very vague, and I didn't go into it with the best of intentions. So this year I have made everything a lot clearer. Instead of just the 2 half pages of notes, I think I have 5, 6, 7 pages of information and rules. I don't know, there's probably even more than that. I didn't count them. So I will probably be doing a few videos over the next days, weeks, who knows when I'll be posting these, about each of these pages. The first one I have is my thinking points. So it has a lot of information in here about, why I wanted to do a no-buy. And when I was actually sitting down writing all of this out last night, it gave me a chance to really sit down and think about my intentions when I make purchases, and also my intentions for why I wanted to do this project this year. I tossed around the word challenge last night a bit because it is a bit of a challenge to go a year without spending on the set items within my no-buy. But at the same time, I don't want it just to be the type of thing that once I complete the challenge that, it's over, it's done with. It's more of a project of something that I'm working on and will continue to work on until I achieve the end result, which is not just to get to the end of the year without, buying anything, but more so to change the way that I think about making purchases, as well as minimizing the purchases that I'm making. So aside from my page with the thinking points here, I did also write down a fair bit about my behavioral issues. So whether that is what I think has changed in myself, or what issues I think will affect this project. I have also written down my motivations and my plan, so that if I am at any point struggling with this, then I can go back to this, read through everything and say, yes, this is still my main motivation. This is why I started it. This is why I'm going to continue with this project. I have also written down some positive motivational helpers as well, and motivational difficulties. Now I have put on here, I think that's going to be too bright for you guys to see it. Aside from the positive motivational issues, I've described them as difficult motivational issues and not necessarily negative. Because there's nothing that I can find in any of these that are inherently negative in a motivational way. But it's more of difficulties that I may come across during this project instead of bad things and negative things about completing this project. So it's more to point out what difficulties I may come across this year so that when I'm experiencing them, I can read back through this and go, yes, I considered this difficulty. This is why I am doing this and why I'm going to continue with this project. The difficulty with the motivational list is actually twice as long as the positive motivational list. So in other words, as positively as I want to think about this project, I am aware that it is going to be twice as difficult to complete. But that's the challenging part, is that I'm not doing this for it to be easy. I'm doing this to actually challenge myself with the way that I think about things and to challenge myself to think about things differently. That being said, I do anticipate that it will be challenging, it will be difficult, so I have planned ahead for when things are becoming difficult. I have practices in place that will help me with this project and help with maintaining my enthusiasm towards the growth throughout this project. I have also written a list of rules. Some of them are strict, some of them are fairly, just none of this, none of this. I left it open to a lot of interpretation with my last no-buy, and a few of the things I had set in place worked for some of the items that I had anticipated that I would be purchasing. It didn't take into account other things within my life that were also a factor. So I basically stopped buying makeup, hair products and skincare products, body care products, anything beauty related and home decor related. But there were a lot of other things that I compensated with, and that was things such as homeware items. So not necessarily anything decorative, but new towels, new everything for the kitchen, plants, a lot of hobbies I picked up that year to, try and compensate for the additional time that I had, as I wasn't, spending nearly as long online shopping or, going out, anything like that. So one thing I have also done is to maintain my integrity during this project, and so that I don't feel the need to take the first out that I can, I've actually kind of keyed in a few people in my life about what I'm doing and also why I'm doing it. That it's not just to help myself save money, but to also work on the deeper issues behind why I've been spending so much within the last year in particular. And I'm aware that, this is going to involve a lot of hard work, a lot of self-thought, a lot of self-discovery. And that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. Even last night, I had a few epiphanies while I was sitting down writing everything, that, you know, what Hannah was saying was so relevant with my life, and like it felt like she was speaking directly to me about my problems, and, you know, like she had an insight into my mind. So she is definitely my, I don't know, not necessarily motivation, or I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's more so that I've taken the aspects of her journey that I think will be relevant to myself and incorporated them into this project in an effort to focus on what I think are my main, you know, the root of my problem. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what this year will bring, and hopefully, you know, everything that I have written down in my little book here will come in handy. It will help keep me motivated. It will help keep me honest, and, you know, be my soundboard for this year, so that whenever I have any issues, I can just refer back to this and, you know, go from there. So I would really love to hear your thoughts on this, especially if you have done this in the past or you're doing a no buy this year. I want to try and get as many people as I can on board with this. So, you know, if I'm out and about talking with anyone and, you know, it comes up, I'm letting them know what's happening in my life, that I'll be doing this year, and also the reasons behind it. And hopefully, you know, we can all be in this together, and, you know, it's not just like I'm going solo like I did last time. I want to be able to have that, you know, that community feeling behind me as I start this journey. So if you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to comment down below. But yeah, until next time, I will see you later, and hopefully I will be able to go through and do some more videos on my reasons. Thanks so much for watching.